Welcome to section 3.2, Solving System of Inequalities by Graphing. So, before we could do any work, before we could talk about graphing inequalities, we must cover the basics. So here, make sure this is in your notes. I organize some particular information that you should know when it comes to graphing. So first off, when we have these type of inequality sign, in terms of graphing, it will be a dotted line or a dashed line. So what I mean by that is when you're graphing, it won't be just a regular line. It will be a line like this. So when you're graphing, you must graph your line like this. Now, if you have these two inequality signs with the or equal at the bottom, so it's going to be a solid line, so meaning a regular line just like this. So, to review with those, if you have these type of inequality signs, it's going to be a dotted line or a dashed line on the graph, just like this example here. But if you have these type of inequalities, it will be a solid line, just like this example. Now, when you also graph inequalities, there's going to be some parts you have to shade to color in. So, let's look at these type of example. Now, see how this one is greater than, and the second one is greater than or equal? What's common between these two is that they're facing y, they're open to y. So when you have an inequality where the sign, the inequality sign, is open to y or facing y, you're going to shade above the line, meaning you're going to shade on top of the line. And you're going to see how I meant by shading, and make sure you follow that process when it comes to having this type of question on the quiz or having this type of question on the test. Now here, in the second set, this is y less than, and the other one is y less than or equal. So when you have the inequality sign that's facing away or open from the y, that means that you're going to shade below the line. So you're going to shade in underneath the line or below the line. So to review, if the inequality sign is facing y or open to y, when it's greater than or when it's greater than or equal sign, then you're going to shade above the line. Now the other part is when the inequality sign is facing the opposite direction, away from y. So I repeat, away from y. So less than or equal, you're going to shade below the line, underneath the line. So make sure you have this and and make sure you have a good understanding, because you need to know this. You need to remember this so that you have this information and you do it correctly on your graphs in terms of having this type of question on the quiz or having this type of question on the test.